Today I want to talk about mental health and self-care. Um, Mental health and self-care are very important issues. It helps to reduce anxiety and relieve stress. Um, you can exercise, meditation, spend time outside. If you feel yourself getting overwhelmed, go outside and take a walk. Go outside and do the exercise areas at the local park. Go outside and just simply close your eyes and visualize, the quiet, the silence. Listen to the birds. Take some time off and just close out the world. Shut yourself away from everything. It actually helps to improve your mood. It just stepping away from things for a little bit. It's a good coping mechanism to step away from things. Turn your phones off. There's nothing wrong with shutting your phones off for 45 minutes to an hour. Set some time aside every day for shutting your phones off. Put your phones off or shut your phones off and put them in a can or something, and say, for 45 minutes to an hour, this is where our phones go, and this is where they're going to stay. Nobody's going to touch them, and we're going to have quiet time. We're going to have family time. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have to, sit down at the table together and just enjoy each other. Have a simple conversation. I say if you have to, but I mean, because nobody does that anymore. Break out a board game. They have games at the stores. Break out a game of, they're bringing back the old time games that they had when we grew up. Break out a game of Trouble, or well, I don't even know if they have Trouble or not, but I know they have Sorry now.
They do.
Break out a game of Sorry or something. It's a good way to take it. It's a healthy way to reduce your stress and anxiety. And don't forget to make sleep a priority. Set aside, it doesn't matter the amount of time that you sleep, it's the quality of sleep. But you should at least, I'd say 4 hours of good quality sleep. Make sure that
at the minimum.
Yeah, at the minimum, 4 hours of good quality sleep. But go in there and set aside 8 hours. That gives you 4 hours to unwind and 4 hours to actually sleep. Whether it's I would stay away from the TV. I would stay away from the radio. If you feel like you need something to help put you to sleep, break out a book.
That helps me.
Stay away from any media. Stay away from the newspaper. Stay away from the radio. Stay away from the TV. Get involved in a book.
What self-care practices do you regularly engage in?
Well, I like to walk. I can't very well do that too much anymore because of my health, but I still like to walk. I get out, and I use my cane and I take my medications, and I still get out and walk at least a mile a day. And, that helps.
How do you prioritize self-care in your daily life, as in scheduling time, setting boundaries, things like that?
I set aside time to take walks. I like to go for walks. I always have liked to walk. And even with my health issues now, I still walk about a mile a day. I take my cane with me. I love having my music because I can I have my music with me. I can listen to my music while I'm walking, and I can just kind of, just zone out, I guess, and just kind of forget about things for a little bit, and just kind of, relax. And
What are some small, manageable changes you could make to improve your self-care routine?
I cut people out. I don't have any issue with cutting people out of my life that
Are toxic.
If they don't have time for me, I don't have time for them. If they make trouble for me, I don't have time for that either.
Yeah. How do you ensure you're getting enough sleep, healthy food, hydration, all the above?
The sleep issue, it's not really about the amount of time that you sleep. It's more about the quality of sleep
And resting your body.
and resting your body. As long as I'm laying down, I'm fine. And then, as far as the sleep time, as long as you get 4 hours of good restful sleep, deep sleep,
Mm-hmm.
you should be fine.
How are you feeling emotionally today?
I feel fine. I don't, now there are times where, certain situations do overwhelm me. And everybody has those times.
Are there any specific situations or triggers that tend to make you feel anxious or overwhelmed?
I don't like people. I'm not a people person. I'd rather spend time with my animals. I'd rather spend time with the squirrels, the raccoons. I'd rather spend time in nature. I hate being in the city.
When you're feeling down, what helps you feel better?
Being around animals.
You don't have any people you like to spend time with?
Being around decent people.
How do you practice self-compassion when facing challenges?
I enjoy going to Starbucks. I enjoy meeting decent people.
That answers the next question.
It's few and far between the decent people that I meet, on the street. But there are some decent people out there.
So that's what are your sources of joy and inspiration was the next question.
I enjoy my time at Starbucks, for the most part.
What about your Wednesday meetings?
And I enjoy my Wednesday meetings. We started meeting on Wednesdays. Well, we started meeting daily at McDonald's with our group. And then, slowly over time, during the pandemic, everybody started getting sick and passing away and, things like that. And we just kind of, stuff started changing. And now we just kind of meet once or twice a week now with a new group of people. But, the two of us remained. And, so that's kind of how we deal with things. You can't change it, so you just roll with it.
I think some of these other questions would be redundant. So, anything that we haven't talked about?
If you ever have any problems, I'm always available. Myself or my wife. We're reachable 24/7. We always have our phones on. We always have our computers on. If you ever have any issues, get a hold of us.
We may not get back to you right away, but we will get back with you.
Yep.
As soon as possible.
Yep. And most everybody knows where we hang out. If we're not at Starbucks, we're not at McDonald's, we're at Pizza King, or we're at home.
Yep. We just a message away. Say, where are you?
Yep.
And we have our front porch therapy room. Right now it's not that great, but There's always time to sit on the porch.
And we have plenty of pet therapy. We have Ruby, we have cats, we have possums.
This is Butters. Butters is one of the ferals, which he has become not so feral now. He's a good boy. He's just a baby. He was basically rejected by his mom. So I'm his mom now. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
All right.
Until next time.